Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all doing good. I am Tejaswini studying for SEM at Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering, Bangalore from the Department of Basic Science. Today we gonna learn about the subject Principle of Programming Language using C. Let us discuss the topic of Introduction to C. Let's begin with the topic. Introduction. C programming is a general purpose, procedural, imperative computer programming language developed in 1972 by Dennis M. Ritchie at the Bell Telephone Laboratories to develop the Unix operating system. C is the most widely used computer language. It keeps fluctuating at number one scale of popularity along with Java programming language, which is also equally popular and most widely used among modern software programmers. Why to learn C programming? C programming language is a must for students and working professionals to become a great software engineer, especially when they are working in software development domain. Advantages of learning C programming. It is easy to learn, structured language, it produces efficient programs, it can handle low-level activities, it can be compiled on a variety of computer platforms. Next we move on to facts about C. C was invented to write an operating system called Unix. C is a successor of B language which was introduced around the early 1970s. The language was formalized in 1988 by the American National Standard Institute ANSI. The Unix OS was totally written in C. Today, C is the most widely used and popular system programming language. Most of the state-of-the-art software have been implemented using C. Next, applications of C programming. C was initially used for system development work, particularly the programs that make up the operating system. C was adopted as a system development language because it produces codes that run nearly as fast as the code written in assembly language. Some examples of C uses of C languages are operating system, language compiler, assembler, text editor, print spoiler, network driver, modern programmer, databases, language interpreter, utilities. Next is C program structures. A C program basically consists of the following parts: preprocessor commands, functions, variables, statements and expressions, and comment. Here is a simple code that would print the word "Hello World." Let us take a look at the various parts of the above program. The first line of the program #include stdio.h is a preprocessor command which tells a C compiler to include stdio.h file before going to actual compilation. The next line, int main. It is the main function where the program execution begins. The next line will be ignored by the compiler and it has been put to add additional commands in the program. So, such lines are called comments in the program. The next line, printf, is another function available in C which causes the message "Hello World" to display on the screen. The next line, return 0. The terminal main, it terminates the main function and returns the value 0. You have seen the basic structures of C program, so it will be easy to understand other basic building blocks of C programming language. Token in C. Let us know what is token. A token is the smallest unit of a code that the compiler recognizes. Tokens in C. A C program consists of various tokens, and a token is either a keyboard, an identifier, a constant, a string, literal, or a symbol. Different types of tokens in C. Identifier. These are the names of the variables, functions, and other constructs in your program. They must start with a letter and contains letter, number, and underscores. Keywords. These are reserved words that have special meaning to the compiler. Constants. These are the values that cannot be changed during the execution of your program. Strings. These are sequence of characters that are enclosed in double quotes. Operator. These are symbols that represent mathematical operations, logical operations, and other operations. Punctuation marks. These are symbols that are used to separate different parts of program. Data types in C. There are a variety of data types in C, each with its own size and range. The most common data types are integers. Integers are whole numbers such as 1, 2, and -10. They can be signed or unsigned, meaning that they can be positive or negative. Floating point numbers. Floating point numbers are real numbers such as 3.14 and -2.5. They are stored in scientific notation with a mantissa and an exponent. Characters. Characters are single letters or symbols such as A, B. They are stored in a single byte of memory. Strings. Strings are a sequence of characters such as hello world. They are stored in an array of a character with a null terminator characters at the end. Arrays. Arrays are the collections of data item of the same type. They are stored in contiguous memory locations. Pointer. Pointer are the variable that stores the address of another variable. They are used to access data in other part of memory. Variables in C. Different types of variable in C. Local variable. They are declared inside a function and are only accessible within the function. Global variable. They are declared outside of any function and are accessible from anywhere in the program. Static variable. They are declared with the static keyword and retain their value between function call. Automatic variable. They are declared without the static keyword and are not retained between function calls. Register variable. They are declared with the register keyword and are stored in register, which is faster than regular memory. Extern variable. They are declared with the extern keyword and defined in another file. Constants in C. Constants refers to fixed values that the programs may not alter during its execution. These fixed values are called literals. Constant can be any of the basic data types like integer, constant, a floating constant, a character constant, or a string literal. They are enumeration constant as well. Constants are treated just like regular variable except that their values cannot be modified after their definition. Integer literal. An integer literal can be a decimal, octal, or hexadecimal constant. Floating point literal. A floating point literal has an integer part, a decimal point, a fractional part, and an exponent part. Character constant. Character literal or enclosed in a single quote. Example, X can be stored in simple variable of char type. String literal. String literal or constants are enclosed in double quotes. Defining constant. There are two simple ways in C to define constant using hash define preprocessor using constant keyword. Using constant keyword. Constant int maximum size is 100. This declares a constant variable named max size of type int and assign it the value 100. Using hash define preprocessor, define pi value as 3.14159. This define a macro named pi with the value 3.14159. Storage classes. What are storage classes? It defines the location, lifetime, and other specific attribute of a variable. Knowledge of the storage class is important in accessing a block of code. There are 4 storage classes in C: automatic, extern, static, and register. First we learn automatic. The default storage class for local variable. Extern. This storage class tells the compiler that a variable is defined in another file. Static. This storage call tells the compiler that a variable should be kept in a memory even after the function returns. Register. These storage classes tells the compiler to store variable in CPU register instead of in memory. That's all for this video. Thank you. Have a nice day.